Here's what the papers had to say over in Spain in Mundo Deportivo. Más que un 10.
Yeah.
Okay. Wow. Okay. Guys, honestly, we agree with this, Nico?
Yeah, absolutely. Más que un club, más que un 10. Lamine is next level, man.
The man believes in himself, and if he thinks he's the king, he wants to look like the king, but he cannot wear a crown in a match. He will wear it in a party if he needed to. He is the king. But let me tell you one thing about what you just heard there from Hansi Flick. Do you remember when Cristiano Ronaldo was at Real Madrid? Nobody suggested anything negative about him, no criticisms. He's the best in the world. That's what we heard. Hansi Flick has dropped a line there, which is he's got to think the best for the team, which is a reminder that it's not all about what he wants to happen on a pitch. I'm saying that because before his goal, he was involved in everything that happened. The Morlanes sending off was a foul. The second yellow was a foul to him. He was the man kicking the ball from outside the box that killed the centre back inside the box for that confusion moment. And then, of course, he assisted for the first goal of Rafinha. But from that moment on, it was 2-0 up Barcelona, and Barcelona started playing very badly. They played for Lamine Yamal because he wanted to score. He shot 7 times, and out of those 7, about 5, he didn't need to. He had a better option. Eventually, he scored great, and of course, we got the headlines and everything else. But I think what Hansi Flick wants us to, or at least him to understand, is that it's not all about you. And remember to track back as well, which, of course, in Mallorca didn't need to, but in some of the cases he will have to. So still not the perfect product, and Hansi Flick will have to kind of balance the act a little bit by letting him shine, be the king, but do the job as well, man.
I don't know, man. Sometimes I watch this guy. You know what? The superlative that I've given Lamine Yamal this week is there's players that play the game and there's players that think the game, and the world-class players are the ones that think the game. He's so miles ahead of everybody else on the pitch by the pitches that he creates. That first assist, to everybody else, it might just seem like, oh, it's a dangerous ball into the box. The link up in his vision to see Rafinha on the other side of the pitch, and also the intricacy to make sure that ball was pinpoint with the correct pace, is a lot more difficult skill than people are giving him credit for. And I just sometimes have to pinch myself and remind myself, he's 18. He hasn't got any facial hair yet. Like, what are we doing? Like, this guy is not normal.
His braces still.
He's not normal. Right? He's not normal. Yeah. So when you do this, it reminds me of the essence of the other wonder kids that have been across sports. And it's instantly all I thought was LeBron James. When LeBron James came on the scene, he dominated from day one.
How long before LeBron was anointed king? It feels like from the very get-go, right?
One.
The chosen one
of him
of Sports Illustrated.
He was like 17.
Right? And it does feel like Guillaume says that he is very confident in himself. I don't remember the last time an 18-year-old not only knew that he was this good, he wanted all the smoke. You know, Lamine says, yeah, I'm the king, I'm gonna be the king, and let me show you how I'm gonna be the king. I do understand what Guillaume is saying through Hansi Flick, right? It's like, how do you make everybody better around you? I guess Barcelona can be Lamine focused, but overall the collective
sure, focused, but not centered.
If that if that
Hansi Flick has one of the hardest jobs in football. He has to help this singular creation that is Lamine Yamal. He's already almost at the top of his game. He has to help him improve. He has to keep him focused, motivated, help manage his minutes to keep him healthy. But he also has to help him learn to grow as a player and grow the team with him. We see Mbappe now, who came through. He has been the best player in the world for some years. In my opinion, Mbappe doesn't yet make his team fully better. Mbappe will always get his numbers. He scored 40-something goals last year, but Real Madrid didn't win because he hasn't yet figured out how to bring his teammates along with him fully. Lamine Yamal has some of that. You see the connections he has with his teammates. He looks like Tom Brady and Randy Moss when he and Rafinha play. Rafinha puts that hand up, and immediately Lamine knows what's going on. He knows to put that ball in. He has that connection, but he has to lead more as a teammate.
Guillaume, let's kind of pivot now to the Atletico Madrid-Espanyol game, because you would think with the big transfer window Atletico Madrid have had, they spent the most in La Liga, they'd want to come out this first game of the season kind of showing Real Madrid and Barcelona they're up for the title this year, and then they go and lose to Espanyol. How much of a disappointment was that for Madrid?
Not a huge surprise, because in the last 4 games that Espanyol's played against Atletico Madrid, they drew at least. But yes, unexpected really, because Atletico Madrid have spent, you see the money there, more than anybody else. Quite clearly, there's been a revolution at the team. 30 players that were from 30 months ago, there was only 2 in the lineup. So it's a new team, 5 new starters as well, made a debut in La Liga. But Espanyol were never out of the game, and that, to me, is the biggest accusation you can make to Simeone. Okay, they could have scored a second goal when Julian Alvarez hit the post in a great collective move, but generally felt that when they went 1-0 up, and how often we heard this, Atletico Madrid were not content, but decided that perhaps we shouldn't make things happen from then on and just take that 1-0 away. And it just didn't happen, because Espanyol is one of those clubs, especially at home, that feel like they're not dead until, the whistle sounds. So you were talking about a team that you expect much more from, but isn't that the thing that we've been saying about Atletico Madrid and Simeone for a long while? They represent an old-fashioned way of doing things, which was successful in its time. I think football has moved on. I also think that the club feel that the team has to give more, and so has Simeone. And in fact, this summer was the first time where the club are saying publicly, we want titles. Being third, which is the target for Simeone at the beginning of the season, and he says that is just the minimum. Can you give us more? So that pressure has been of course, directed towards Simeone, who said, okay, we will learn from this defeat, but starting the season like this is a sign of a team that is not done, certainly. But I just wonder if it's also the sign of a style that is obsolete now.
Guillaume, we're going to go from Atletico Madrid to Real Madrid, talking about that team. They're playing against Osasuna next in La Liga. Let's talk about Rodrigo, because there's some rumours that he might be leaving and heading over to Man City. Do you have the latest on that?
The latest is that Savinho is not leaving Manchester City. He's not going to leave. So with that in mind, Rodrigo's not going to go to Manchester City. So that's the end of that story in my eyes. I spoke to Manchester City this morning, and what I heard was that, yes, Spurs were interested, but they're far away from the money that they want from Savinho. So Savinho is to stay. That has been decided. Rodrigo will have to fight for his place. Quite clearly, he hasn't been the same for, 12 months now. He has got the quality to be much better than he's shown. He was very big in many big games, but the consistency has been lacking. And with Mastontorno now, when he starts getting his form, with Endrick as well, with Brahim, you've got certainly a lot of competition. And now is for him to, he never, by the way, said to Real Madrid, I want to leave. So with that in mind, now he's going to fight for his place.